Welcome to The Good Work, a podcast and video series that follows The Event Company, an event design company that specializes in corporate, nonprofit, and social events. Our passion lies in creating one-of-a-kind events that share the good work of organizations we are fortunate to collaborate with. Tune in for conversations with leaders of these great groups, our best advice for your next event, and some behind-the-scenes moments. Now, let us show you the good work.
Digital media is changing the game for just about everything, especially because of blogs and influencer programs. On today's episode of The Good Work, we welcome Lauren Jensen of Midwest in Style to the table. We'll hear from her on how her love for blogging came about, plus even a few tips and tricks on how you can start your own. Please welcome to today's vodcast, Lauren Jensen.
Welcome, everybody. I'm so excited we've got Lauren Jensen here.
I'm the most flattered I've ever been.
We have followed you for years.
Well, it's just funny because I've followed you for years.
Aww.
And when you guys sent me over the questions, shamelessly, yes, I asked for them.
That's okay.
You're
the first.
You asked me.
Just kidding. I'm
I mean,
kidding.
obviously.
I'm totally kidding.
Special privileges. But there was a question about like how you and I met. And I was like, oh my God. I mean, virtually or in person?
I know. I think we truly met in person at one of the Farm to Fork events. I think
that's
that was
what I thought too.
Yep,
Okay.
I think it was out at Walt Bones' farm. I think that
you're
was like
right.
our first truly meeting. But
Yep.
it's weird because when you meet people on social media, when you see them in person, this is what I feel like. Some people either completely ignore you that you're real,
Which
right?
is awkward.
It is because I'm like, dude, I like follow you, and I'm
You're like,
like,
I know your life. Like, I know what your kids ate for
Right.
breakfast yesterday.
or they'll
Right.
be like, oh my God, it's you. You know, it's and that's how I was. I think when we first met, I'm like, oh
Yes.
my gosh, like here you
You're
are.
a real person.
Yeah. Drew gets it all the time though, and it's just they're like, oh yeah, you're Addie's husband. He's not Drew. He's like, oh,
Yes.
you're Addie's husband.
Oh, Max goes by Max.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Max, I think, was in. I mean, he's been in the public.
He
Not
technically
but you know what I mean.
was more of a face in Sioux Falls.
Yeah.
Well before I was, because he grew up here, and then he was a videographer at KDLT.
Yeah.
so
That's how I met him first.
Yeah, so everyone knew who Max Jensen
Right.
was.
Right.
And so slowly we've evolved into less of Maren is Max's wife and more into Max is Maren's husband.
Isn't that
He's
how
coping,
awesome?
okay?
How awesome.
He's
That's so
coping.
awesome. It's fun when he makes appearances though on your socials.
Yes.
Because he'll be either doing random stuff or just
Yeah,
sitting
he-
there. And
I think he secretly loves it. He doesn't, but I like to pretend he does, where he's like, why are we doing this again? But he's a good sport most of the time. But yeah, I think you're right. I think we met at Farm to Fork.
I think so.
And I love meeting people who follow along with stuff because I honestly talk to people on social media like they're my girlfriends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when people come up to me, they're like, this is so awkward. But like, I'm like, actually, I'm the weird one for putting all of my life on social media. So you're less awkward than I am. And the fact that you're just,
Yeah.
admitting that you follow me on Instagram, like that's totally fine.
I remember
put
the
everything
first
out
time
there.
someone came up to me. We were with Elizabeth Hunstad, and it was when she had gotten married. We were downtown here. It was before the Carpenter Bar was the Carpenter Room. It was when before it was the deli.
Yep.
Myers Deli. They used to host events there. I think I told you that the other day.
Yeah.
And so we were in there, and this girl comes up to me by a pillar, and she's like, "Oh my God, I follow you on social media." And I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I think we're making it. Like this is a deal.
We're
like
doing it.
We're like people are actually fans."
Yes.
So you kind of get that feel, of like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, like we're real people. And
Yep.
people follow us. So whatever you're putting out there, you either like it or you don't because it's out.
Yeah.
Was it hard for you to kind of get started in that respect of saying like, what do I put out? What do I not put out? It's
Yeah.
weird that I'm just literally talking into a camera. No one, you know, like those pieces. Was it strange
Yeah.
at first?
I mean, I think to some degree it's always a little awkward, but at the same time, I kind of reflected on this. Somebody else had asked me this question recently, and to some degree, I hate the word public figure, but I've been in a role where I'm almost like a public figure
Right.
since I was in high school, because I was a cheerleader at my very small town. Everybody knew who you were. My mom was very prominent in the community. And then I went to Augie and was a cheerleader there. And so
Yeah.
you're the face of the
Right.
college, and you
Right.
just have to be mindful of the way you act and the way
Right.
you represent that. And then I moved into broadcasting. So I was very much in front of the camera all the time,
Right.
and then moved into a marketing role. But I had started this side gig of Midwestern Style. And so I think I've just always been conscious of what I do and do not put
out
out
there.
publicly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just part of my life. And so I'm just so used to it.
So for those that are watching or listening that have no idea what Midwestern style is, we've got a big following in Budapest.
Oh,
Yeah, we do.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
I know, it's like
Very targeted.
it's very targeted. Tell us what Midwestern style is all about.
So Midwestern Style is a fashion and lifestyle blog that I launched about 5 years ago.
Crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Nuts?
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yes, I was kind of one of the, I think I was the first, if not very close
That's
to one
incredible.
of the first, quote unquote, I also hate the word influencers, but influencers in our community.
Yeah.
And I did it somewhat on accident. I was very curious about this style of marketing. I went to school and was trained in marketing at Augustana in addition to journalism. So this was kind of coming on the scene, and I was super interested in it from a marketing standpoint. But then also, I just by nature love. I'm very much an extrovert. I know this will surprise you. But,
Shocking.
Yeah, so shocking. You heard it here first. But love sharing things that I love, and I love sharing things that help other people better their lives. And if that means sharing fashion advice or travel tips for families or whatever it might be, I am totally an open book, and I just love being a resource for people. And I just by nature would be asked about that type of stuff. And so I was like, how do I go about doing this in a way that's a resource for women who are like-minded, that is current, and I can answer questions, and everybody benefits from it. And I had been following a couple of bloggers for a while, and I was just really admiring the things that they were doing. And I was like, there's no one really in our little space of the Midwest who was doing a whole lot of that, especially in South Dakota.
Yeah.
And so I said, well, no one's going to ask me to go do this. No one comes up to you and says, hey, Addie, you want to open an event company? You have to
just
take
do it.
ownership of that. And so I said, this is something that I'm passionate about and I love to talk about. So let's try it. Worst case scenario, I decide that it's too much or I don't want to do it anymore, and then I stop doing it. Like, it's okay.
Right.
And I started it knowing full well that my goal was never to do it full time, which has also been a good mindful work process for me, because if your goal is to take it full time, then there's a lot of hustle. I have a lot of respect for people who do influencing full time or blogging full time. It is
just
not
all the
easy.
legalities and the rules and
There's
all
a ton.
of the
It is
things.
truly a business.
Yeah.
It is truly a small business, and you're also never off.
Yeah, you're
So-
always answering.
Yep. So you are on 24/7. And there are no vacations because your vacation is live.
Right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was something that I knew I never wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I loved my job so much in marketing that it was like, this is a really good learning experience from a marketing strategy standpoint. And it's also just a fun hobby for me to share things that I love with other women.
Have you always loved fashion? Like, your love for fashion has
Yes.
always been there?
Yeah, if you look back at like home videos of me, my sister Connor is usually not wearing any clothes at all other than a diaper, and I am. And it's
I thought you were talking like now.
Oh no, this like as a child, home videos as
Still
a
not wearing
child.
any clothes.
No, she's fully clothed now. We've worked through those issues. So it's like her birthday, and she's like in a sweatshirt and a diaper, and I'm like, why am I not wearing my Easter gown? Like, I've just
so
always been like that,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
my mom can attest to that. My parents would both say, yeah, this isn't shocking to any of us. Like, just very into clothes and styling, and I think it truly is an outward expression of who you are as a person, and that person that you want to be taken seriously. And that's why I value it so much. It's not necessarily a tangible thing.
Right.
It's that I truly believe that you dress for the job you want, not the one you have. And
I love that phrase. I've used it for so many years too.
Yeah, if you take it seriously, then you are treated differently.
Yeah.
And if you think you're not, then
Right.
you're not self-aware. Like,
Right.
you truly are. It's all in how you present yourself. It's that personal brand that you build.
Right.
And that's why I'm passionate about it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So awesome.
I love fashion.
Yeah. Me too.
It makes me very happy. It's also a great thing to do with other people,
Yeah.
and a common thing of I've been doing a lot of talking in a leadership course that I'm taking about different personality types. And while I'm very much an extrovert, the other person in the room who you might be very comfortable introducing yourself to might be an introvert. And so how do you strike up conversation and find common ground? And fashion's kind of a way to do that.
It's like, oh my gosh, I love that shirt. No, oh my gosh, I love your shoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
compliments.
it should be less of a competitive landscape and more of an encouraging landscape. And I think
Yeah.
that is something we're seeing evolve, of like acknowledging that my personal style is not your personal style, but I'm going to encourage you and to express yourself through that.
And you do a lot of other cool things. It's not just the fashion piece, but you've got some home pieces that you're integrating in. And were you the one that did the champagne bottle deal?
I did, yeah.
Where you with the knife.
I did,
right?
yeah. I opened a champagne bottle with a knife, and I cannot
take
credit
time?
for that. That was my first time.
Okay, I couldn't remember if it was your first time or somebody else. Was it Andrea?
Yes, my friend Andrea Pins has a number of hidden talents. That is one of them.
I was talking about this? It's not that hard. I mean,
no, it isn't.
You have to get the right knife.
Oh, you could.
The angle of the bottle, how you're holding the bottle on the seam.
Yes.
I mean, we're not going to do it here today.
Well, we could.
I'm mentally prepared to take that on right now. I totally could. But yes, I did do that. And I think that that's what's fun about Instagram in particular. I remember when stories came out, and I was like, I am committed to Snapchat. And now I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like, I love stories. And that's where people truly get your personality, because that's something that doesn't necessarily come across in a still photo.
Right.
And video is just, from a marketing standpoint,
huge.
Where everything is going.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it gives them a little look. When I say them, I mean viewers and followers, just a look inside than just the photo. Like when you're trying on clothes and talking about like, I'm true to size. This is extra small or small, and you're at Loft and you're trying stuff, you're very, like, that's something you can't see from a photo. Like, can they see, how, like when you're pulling or tugging on stuff, you can't see those in a photo.
No, definitely not. And you can speak to the way certain things fit or the quality. All of those things. And I think that that's something people really desire, because they want to get to know you as a person too. And I was in denial of that for a long time until someone called me out about it, of like, I see how comfortable you are when you're around your sisters. And I was like, that's just something that I'm naturally like. And so I had been doing a story when I was around my family, and I was like, that is truly when I'm the most myself. And having that come across on stories and someone being able to pick that up, I was like, oh my God, people are able to totally tell if you're being genuine or not. Not that I was never genuine on stories, but like your true personality comes out in certain moments. And so I think people feel way more connected to people who come across as very real and
genuine,
genuine and approachable, and really let their personality shine. And that's something that even makes me as an extrovert very uncomfortable, because, I have the personal presence and like that public presence of like, I know that I'm on right now, but there's also that time when you're in your pajamas and you're just talking to your girlfriend, and that's what you kind of have to assume is like, you just have to pretend that you're FaceTiming your mom or your sister or whatever, and you would be saying these things anyway. And being vulnerable on social media isn't for everyone, but it does
I agree.
really connect people to who you are as a person and make them feel less alone too. So sometimes addressing those vulnerable topics is okay. And
I remember not that I'm comparing it to that, but when I was in the hospital the first time, I didn't post at all that I was there. And I didn't post until I think like day 5 or whatever it was. And I was about to deported, but out. Not deported, but what do you call that? When you get out of the hospital?
Be like discharged?
Discharged, not deported.
Not deported.
We were following you.
Discharged. And I had posted something, and I had a past client that reached out and said, why didn't you say anything about this ahead of time? And I'm like, sometimes you just want to chill. And I put a lot of stuff out there as well. And I think we have a very public life because we are out and about at events. And you're right, you have to have this certain presence. And we have the 2 rules on the team: no boobs, no butts can be shown at any time. Those are our rules.
Those are great rules.
I know.
I know. I'm by nature a high neckline type of person.
But I was just kind of shocked a little bit, but also I understood where her heart was. She just wanted to help and just to be around. And she asked if she could help with the team and do anything. And so part of me was a little caught off guard that she would ever say something like that. Like, why didn't you let us know? And but then I understood. I mean, her heart was in the right place. But when you start letting people in like that, they want in.
They're like invested in your life.
Yeah.
And what you're
They truly are.
Yeah.
It's just like when we're like the Real World show. Is that still even on? MTV
I
Real
don't
World?
know.
Do you know what I mean? Like you just get
Is
sucked
MTV
in.
still up?
Not like.
But do you know what I mean? Like any TV show, like the reality shows,
you feel like
get
you know them.
Sucked in.
Yeah.
Like they're your family.
Yeah.
So I think it's
the same thing. It is a very vulnerable space.
Right.
And I am also discussing personality types. Can you tell that I went to a leadership
No,
seminar
you're doing
today?
great. Great.
So am very much a thinker and not a feeler. So that's very hard for me to wear an emotion on my sleeve or open up about something that I'm feeling. And so that makes me very uncomfortable. So know that when I'm opening up on stories like that makes me very uncomfortable. But I know at the same time, there are other people who have experienced that exact same thing.
Like when I don't remember how long ago it was, but when your hair was like not the right color and you're like, this is not what it's supposed to look like and whatever. And those are like the mishaps that people are like, look, she's real.
Yeah.
And like that happens to me. Like
absolutely. And there are some things that you start to feel pressured to do. So an example of that is, if you follow and teach their own, if you follow along with a lot of influencers, like their nails are always done. They all have hair extensions. Yeah. They all have, certain things, fake eyelashes, whatever. And again, you do what's best for you. And if that's something that makes you feel more confident, then girl, go get it, whatever. Yeah. To me, like I bite my nails and I never do them. And I'm probably never going to have the time to deal with hair extensions. And the thought of eyelash extensions makes me want to cry. So I'm just not going to do those things. And that's okay. Yeah. But you start to feel pressured to do some of that stuff and kind of fit into the mold. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, that's what makes me me. And so I'm happy to, mention that. And so if I'm taking a picture of like, oh my gosh, I love this coffee mug. Also, please ignore my hangnail. Like,
Yeah.
That's just who I am.
It happens.
Yeah.
So I know you said you don't really like the word influencer.
I hate it.
Why? I want to know why, because I think, and whether you think you are or not, you are one.
Yeah.
And I think people look up to you. They are getting tips from you, style advice, home. I mean, all of those things. So you are. Why don't you like the word? Do you want a better word?
I feel I don't.
You want me to call it Webster and see what we can
I don't know if I like that either.
Merriam-Webster?
I don't know. Like it feels a little bit like there's a negative connotation.
Oh, okay.
The pressure part, I think I'm just used to. Of like, I'm going to be me and I'm going to share what I feel comfortable with, and just kind of draw the line where it's necessary. But I don't know. Maybe it's a self-conscious thing.
I think it's a self-conscious thing because I think it's a powerful thing and I think you should own it. Gosh, I feel like we're in a counseling session now.
I don't hate it. Tell me more about why you feel this way.
I think it's awesome because when you are sharing those pieces, some of it you're just doing on your own. You're not doing it for 8 bajillion likes and all these things. I mean, and maybe you are, I don't know. But I mean,
likes are going to be removed anyways.
I know this week, allegedly.
Yeah.
That's correct.
Yeah. Breaking news.
But I think, you are. I mean, people, I think, they look up to you. They want those things, but they want the genuine piece of what you are. And that's, I think, what an influencer is.
Yeah.
They're providing really cool content.
Yeah. Well,
it's
I
good
appreciate
content.
that. I think the hard part is that sometimes people will align influencer with a negative connotation of like, it's something that people like to make fun of, which I kind of like to make fun of sometimes too, because there is kind of a funny part to it of like, oh, everyone's promoting HelloFresh this week. All right, here I am. Like, and I just don't ever want to be that. Yeah. But so there's some of those negative things that people find obnoxious that I don't want to associate myself with.
I know what you're saying though. In that, I know one particular local influencer who is. Her name is slapped literally on so many products right now, and it's just like.
And that is never.
It's just
again, it goes back to if you're going to start something like this.
Right.
Yep.
And
just
she runs
identify
it like it's a business,
your goal.
Though.
Yep.
She runs it like
identify
a business.
your goal. And so my goal was never in a million years to take this full time, nor is it now. It was never then. It's not now.
You love what you're doing already.
Absolutely. Yeah. And by making it a full-time gig, you're driven by dollars because it's your job.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
And I get that. At the same time, I am able to stay so genuine to the things that I love and believe in because I'm not driven by dollars. Yeah. I'm not relying on it for my income.
But I think that's what is so attractive from our standpoint anyway, and I'm speaking for you, Emily, but I think that's why we have followed for years. It's because you are genuine about those products. Like, you're not going to say, I think the shoes I actually have on now from, is it One Slate? One Slate? From Nordstrom's? Is it One Slate? Slate One. What's the brand?
I think it's One Slate.
Well, they're my pointy. Well, I'm not going to show you right now, but I'll show you later.
Just take your shoe off.
They're the pointy cheetah ones.
Oh, mm-hmm.
And they're like the calf hair.
Oh,
the slides. Yeah, but I swear it was you that posted it, but maybe not.
It's
this
possible.
is a couple of years or a year and a half ago or whatever. Yeah. But it's things like that because you're genuine about it and you know that it's a good product and you have it yourself or you want it or whatever.
Yep.
So, but other people who have the other paid side of it, like, I love these bars and I love this.
Yeah. It's like,
soft
they
drink.
taste like cardboard.
right. But I eat them every morning.
Yes.
And so
It goes back to the whole Wheaties thing, right?
Right.
There were influencers years. There have been
Yeah.
influencers for years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
they just didn't even
a
know they were doing
different-
it.
It's a different platform now.
right. And I think we have to be mindful of the women who have done it really well too. There's a girl who I have followed for forever, and she truly inspired me to start it. And she lives in Florida, and she has from day one stayed true to what she believed in and what her goal was. And she was able to take it full time. She was a registered nurse and decided to take it full time, and she's doing awesome things. And I have never once felt like she's pushing this product because she's being paid X to do it. Like she has never once done that. And those are the people who I think are doing it really well. And again, it is not an easy business.
Yeah.
It is exhausting, and I would literally be exhausted.
Do we
all the time.
have a lot of influencers in this region?
Yeah,
I can think of a handful.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
what
you
I
can
can
do,
think
like,
of a handful.
influencer meetups every once in a
Yeah,
while.
yeah.
But not very many.
I only know females. Are there?
Yeah, I don't-
do we have any male influencers that you know of?
Ooh, not that I
you
know. I mean,
Yeah, I don't-
not formal influencers. Like, okay, now,
Yeah.
So
do you consider them only fashion influencers? Like, to me, this is going to sound creepy. If he watches this, I have no shame in my game. But like Wes
Oh my gosh, I was
Eisenhower,
just gonna say him.
Wes
I was just gonna
Eisenhower
say
is
him, but I was
doing
gonna wait. Yeah.
amazing things.
I agree. I
and
agree.
he is truly staying
Nope, I agree.
in his lane and owning the creative
Yeah.
like essence that he's created for
I agree.
himself. And I'm
Totally.
like, I love that.
Yeah.
And so I
was
would
just gonna
say,
say Wes.
he was the person that came to
Yeah.
mind for me.
Yeah, I would have to agree. And I think I talked to him last week or the week prior, and he's just so genuine about any time that we talk together. How are you doing? Like
Yep.
he's one of those people that is who he is, and that's why people are so attracted to
See,
him. in
and
that
I
respect.
don't know him personally.
Oh
This is
gosh,
one of those
he's
things.
such an incredible man.
Yeah, and see, I know him kind
Wes
of from
Eisenhower,
afar.
please meet my friend Maren.
Yes,
Maren
we can be
Jensen.
best friends, I promise. But I remember when he did the NASA thing, and I was just
Oh
like,
yeah,
yes,
yeah.
love.
Isn't he so cool?
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And just to go after something like that.
And to represent our state.
Correct.
You know, that's another
So
cool
cool.
piece. He's been on a lot of like wedding publications in state of
Yeah.
South Dakota, like the tourism side of things.
And just
yeah,
thinking
he's
about
everywhere.
things differently. I think that's another, like, channeling that creative energy into things in your everyday life, in your career, in your personal life. Like, I just admire that spirit, the creative spirit, and trying something new.
Yeah.
So at 5 years in, did you think you would be where you are with it now? Because you have what,
No.
13,000, 12,000, some thousands of
I
followers?
don't check, but yeah, I mean,
That's
around
just
there.
on Insta. That's just on Instagram.
Right. And I try to pretend that
That's a lot of people.
it is a lot of
that's a
people.
lot.
That's
It's
like,
nuts.
That's like cities in
Yeah.
a state.
I
Literally
know.
cities.
Like multi-
It's
I had
a
a-
counties.
yeah.
It could be a
Yeah,
county.
multiple
One of
counties.
one of my best friends said to me the other day, he was like, do you realize that you have like 3 times as many followers on Instagram as are in our hometown? And like, I never really thought about it like
Yeah,
that.
isn't that
But
crazy?
I just try not to think about it that way.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
about it as, there are some people who are very driven by the number, and you get more paid collaborations
Right.
that way. And
Right.
so get that. But for me, I need to pretend that Instagram is going to go away tomorrow, because there will be a day that Instagram doesn't exist.
Yeah.
And so I've put a lot of energy into creating the website,
Yeah.
which
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can
yeah.
control.
Right.
Yeah.
And I know that if it goes away, it's my choice.
Right.
So I think that that's a mistake that some people make, is putting all of their eggs into
All the
the
content.
Instagram
Yeah.
basket. And having that website is a really big tool for people. And there are people who, gasp, are not on Instagram.
I know. Or not on Facebook. But we just
Right.
had some guy in our office. Well, the Vcast guy.
Yeah.
Today, not on Facebook. I think he
you-
still has a flip phone.
Sending him a URL.
Yeah, you know what the
I was like,
URL
yeah,
was.
and we're like,
It
we'll
happens
just text
in real
you.
life.
We'll just send that to you.
Do you TikTok? We're trying to learn this whole TikTok thing.
I haven't even downloaded it. And you would think that I would be like an early adopter of stuff, and I'm really not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
we
think
tried
we
to
posted-
TikTok yesterday.
yeah.
We don't know if we posted some
We
things.
might
but-
have.
So our friend Stacy,
You want me to look it up?
Yeah.
I'll need to download the app first.
Our friend Stacy, who owns a company called Figtails. This
Oh,
cool
yes.
cookie.
Oh, my gosh.
She was
I
on the
love-
podcast.
Yeah, she's
You guys.
She's incredible. She's like
Yes.
she's one of us.
Yeah.
So
You know how you just connect. You just
yes.
know.
Yeah. So one of my best friends does events also. Katie
Yeah,
Barron's,
yeah,
you know
yeah,
her.
Those
and,
two have hit it off so well.
She was like at our Halloween party, and it was a
Oh,
blast.
that's so
Oh my gosh,
I was
funny.
like,
Awesome.
welcome. as if it were my home. It was
Yeah.
Katie's house. But she made the cupcakes for my surprise 30th party, which was amazing. And I was like, who made these? And I'm like, they're magical.
Yeah.
It's just
She's
incredible.
so awesome.
Yeah, she's so
Well,
fun.
she TikToked out this baby shark, you know, the do
Yeah.
do do do
Oh,
baby
yeah.
shark, whatever. She did a little video of her
just
decorating
decorating.
a shark. And yesterday there were 144,000 views
We're-
of
This
her
decorating.
decorating. It was like a 10-second clip.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I know.
So how many hours that
we need a
is?
class. We need a class. I
Yeah.
downloaded it when I was in Chicago last. Our friend Dr. Steve Herman from Profile. We're
Okay,
doing an
yep.
event there. And he showed me it. He is addicted to TikTok. I just
How
do not
old is
get
this
it.
man?
Steve is like,
I feel
early
very
30s,
behind
early
right now.
30s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No.
I just feel
But
very
he's
behind.
on it all the time. He showed me
Yeah.
some of his videos of his dog running around, posting. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I
See,
don't get it.
now-
but I don't know what the business application of. I don't know
That's
yet.
the challenging part.
You know,
is
Yeah.
translating it to a business function.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I
like
don't-
we don't do Snapchat for business.
No.
We
Yeah.
should get on it, but we just don't. We have just so
I don't
many
think-
platforms.
Yeah.
That's what's hard is you spread yourself so thin.
Yeah.
But there are people who have certain preferences.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
I continue to post Midwestern style content
Yeah.
on Snapchat
Right.
because I know that it's a different audience.
Right.
But I also track things like, and this is the marketing nerd in me, of what performs better on Snapchat versus on Instagram. Because
Yeah,
it is
yeah.
different.
Right,
Oh,
right.
yeah.
Just like
Right,
Facebook.
right.
It's all different. So you just have to tailor the content.
Yeah.
Ugh, we're not doing it.
I don't think. Yeah.
It's really hard, you guys. Well, and like
And we don't have a dedicated person as of right now. Like
Yeah.
Emily does some of the social media. I do the majority
Yep.
of the other
Yeah.
pieces. So we just aren't at a phase right now of our company
Yeah.
where we need
Yep.
one dedicated person yet.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, plus we manage 27 other Facebook or social media accounts for other clients.
I had no idea.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So for the majority of the events that we do, we plan or
yeah.
do all
Do
their
the
social
event.
media. Just
Is
the
it the
event
event
specific
page? Okay.
No, it's any content on around the event. So whether it's save the date, sponsor recognition, invites,
Yep.
volunteers,
Yep.
guest check-in, ticketing.
But then
Or
are
the
you
event page,
managing
too, yeah.
Are you
Or the event
managing
page.
their personal like business
Yeah,
page?
yeah. Some are
That's
international
incredible.
clients, some are national clients, some are local. Yeah, all
Yeah,
of them,
it's a
all over the
lot.
board.
That's
But
a
it's
lot.
event specific. Yeah, yeah. So
But still,
so we may get to a point where we do, but right now we're good.
Yeah.
Because we don't, I mean, if it's McDonald's, for example, which it's not, but if it's McDonald's, like we're not selling $1.99 cheeseburgers. We're
Right.
doing it on one day where they're
Correct.
70 cents or whatever, you know,
Right.
like we do day specific only. So
Sure.
Yeah.
but still, that's a lot of content to manage. Content
We love it.
marketing
And to
is
write.
exhausting.
yeah.
I love it, and it is
Yeah.
so effective, and
Yeah.
it's truly the
Right.
way that we're going in the marketing realm. But oh my gosh, to create content marketing strategy, it is like 3 times as
know.
much work.
And on our side, we are finally, the last probably year and a half or so, we've gone to starting to train those clients how important that it is.
Yeah.
Because the days of just throwing a cocktail party is gone.
no.
We need to
People
know
don't show
why.
up for anything.
What are
No.
the measurables?
Yep.
Where's the content plan around it?
Correct.
But people, sometimes we have a session tomorrow with a group that's been doing an event for 5 years now. So we have a 90-minute design session just to talk about that messaging. What's the key messaging statements? What
Yep.
are your engagement plans?
Yep.
People are like, what's an engagement plan? They're like, we don't.
that
Messaging?
incredible?
Yeah.
Yeah, but so we're helping to try to change the market in that respect.
Yeah.
People think sometimes we just make stuff look pretty and that's it. And I'm like, oh, girlfriend, like.
Let me take you behind the curtain.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, I think it goes for a lot of different things, not just on the business side, but the personal
Right.
side, all
Yeah.
the stuff that you're doing as well.
Yeah, marketing strategy is so much more an event strategy.
Yeah.
It's all just so much more than people realize. And it's hard to really give people an idea of what that looks like until you
They're in it.
truly
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
them behind the curtain and give them an idea of like what that takes to make that
Yeah. Yeah.
effective
We love it.
and
Yeah, it's fun.
measurable.
We love it though.
Yeah.
But I did events for 4 years for the Sioux Falls Catholic Schools prior to moving into my role that I have now.
How did I not know that? Did
Really?
I know that?
I put on
Wow, did I know that?
fundraisers. I put on Dakota Bowl for a couple of years. Yeah, like 4
I bought
years.
a lot of those raffle tickets.
Oh,
over the
good
year.
job.
Yeah.
Way to
Good
go.
supporter.
So
Big
did,
From
supporter.
Jim Wiederick.
well, it helped
good donor.
really give me an idea of the type of work that it takes to execute a good event.
Yeah.
It is exhausting.
It's a team effort too.
Oh yeah.
We work with some groups where there's literally just one person that we work with
Oh my
directly, and we're
gosh.
like, how?
How
And they're
are
like,
you
we
doing
don't know either.
yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
like Farm to Fork, for example, it was Sarah Tweet for so many years by herself,
Right.
and then you have this team that comes in. So yeah, it's a similar.
Yeah.
It's craziness.
What's next for you this year? You're building a house. When's that house going to be
built
done?
a house.
It's done?
It's
It
done.
is?
Yeah,
How did
you're
I-
like
I
furnishing it,
missed
but
that.
you haven't unveiled it,
I
right?
Oh my
have
gosh, I'm
not
like, how did I
revealed
miss
it
that?
yet. So, we've got furniture that's still coming in. We've got the holidays that I want to get through because, of course, I think of this as a marketing strategy opportunity. So, I want to do this video and I want to do this big reveal and talk about the partners that we selected for this project. It was so much fun. We worked with the best people to make it happen, and we love what it looks like, and there's just a lot of stuff that's going to need to be done. It'll probably be after the holidays that we reveal it. Honestly, I know that's not what people want to hear, but I am also a perfectionist by nature. So anything, I'm like, well, I don't have the correct pillows yet. Like, we don't care.
Which is hard to find.
Yes.
Good pillows.
Yeah.
We're redoing our office right now, and we're like all this green stuff is going. It's hard to find pillows.
Yeah.
It took us.
Kirkland's.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
We've been on Wayfair.
Yeah.
No, go to Kirkland's.
Interesting. Okay.
Kirkland's, sometimes Target, Home Goods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That whole
That little
Lake
area over there.
Lorraine deal right now is like
Home.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm
oh.
a real big fan of that area. Really big fan. They're like, oh, Marin's back. And I'm like, just look away.
We were just talking about last week because we are doing a wallpaper on this little wall over here, and we were talking about your buffalo check wall.
Oh, my
because we
gosh.
love buffalo check, and we have for years.
Yes.
But you had that buffalo check.
In my old house,
Yeah,
yes. And I loved it. I will tell you, I actually copied Rebecca Scott.
Oh yeah.
I went to her house they were redoing their house. This was several years ago, and they had it up on their wall.
Whoa.
And Lauren Forsch, do you know her? Yeah, so she's one of my really good friends from college, and she was like, yeah, I'll just tell you, it took her about 3 weeks to do, and I'm like, oh, it's going to be fine. No. So when you hang wallpaper, even if it's like removable wallpaper, and it's plaid,
Are you getting
not
this?
to scare you
But it
away,
needs to
because
be-
it looks so
Yeah.
good. Well, you have to level it
Yeah.
this way and this way.
Oh,
So you're just
Because
like,
you wouldn't even think. That's why we're calling a professional. So, you know, my
We're just
husband's a
okay,
builder.
then
We're
that's
just
good.
picking it out.
But we were going to do it ourselves. We found some really cool, we're not doing buffalo check, but we're this kind of gray and white or ivory geometric cool shapes.
Yeah.
Oh, neat.
Have you been to Daily Clean?
Yes.
Okay, so upstairs, that whole, so
yes.
similar to that wallpaper.
Yep.
But we saw some of the pictures in one of the reviews that we saw for this
Yeah.
paper, and it is janky. Like, it's half off the wall, bubbles over here.
Yeah.
And so I told her,
Crinkly.
I'm like, Drew, we're going to need your wallpaper guy's name.
Yeah.
So we're having a professional. Even though it's one
Okay.
little wall.
Yeah, no, you.
And I'm
That's
like,
a really good
not
choice.
happening here.
That's a really
We're
good
not
choice.
professional
No,
wallpaper
and we've got better
hangers.
things to do with our time.
No.
I can't do it.
That
No.
was the first wallpaper I had ever hung, and it's the removable kind, so
yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah.
like
Ours
the,
was removable.
yeah.
That's the one we were looking
yes.
at too.
So I would love to put a wallpaper wall of sorts in the new house, but we'll see if I have the strength
Yeah.
emotionally.
We'll
I
give
don't
you
know.
our guy's name. We'll give you our
Thank you,
guy.
pal.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm gonna need it.
We'll pass
Oh my
along his
gosh.
number.
This
I will
was
need that.
fun.
This was a blast.
You're not off the hook yet. You know that, right?
No.
Okay. You're not. Emily and I are going to both go back and forth and ask you these questions.
And so this is like a
Speed date, like not speed dating, but
rapid
speed.
fire.
I'm really
rapid
good at
fire.
speed dating.
Rapid fire. Max, he doesn't know that you're good at speed dating.
Max, you want a quick little story about Max? He asked me out. I said no, and then he ignored me, and I was like, "This is not how this works." And so the rest is history.
That's
But,
awesome.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he was just like, "Well, you told me no." I'm like, "Okay, sorry."
Way to be aggressive.
Right? Like, why didn't you pursue
Should
me?
have got the cheer out, the beat, aggressive.
Oh my
beat,
gosh!
aggressive.
Yeah, he would have been like, "I'm out."
Okay, 10 questions. You start.
Yeah, okay.
These are good.
So, if you were to choose a song for karaoke night, what would it be?
Gunpowder and Lead.
Oh, okay.
Ooh, good one.
You guys, I have a karaoke list in my phone. I take karaoke very seriously.
Oh my gosh.
It's actually
Whoa.
a very
I had
easy
no
song
idea.
to sing. So like,
Yeah, I just saw it
depending
in
on
concert.
the number of drinks I've had, I know I'm gonna be fine.
Do you have it categorized by drinks?
Yes.
And drink
of
types?
like, here are the things you're allowed to sing.
Under 4 drinks.
Yes.
That is
Yep.
hilarious.
Yeah, pretty much.
Who would you want to play you in a movie?
Kristen Wiig.
Oh, I like her a lot.
Yeah, she's the
Killer.
best. I love her on SNL always.
Okay.
Okay. Well, if you were deserted on an island, what are 3 items you would have?
Oh my gosh. Coffee. Do I get to pick clothes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's your 3 things.
Yeah, there's like book.
Sam Edelman pumps.
Oh, yeah.
And oh my gosh. I just don't want to be deserted.
Yeah.
So
I don't really
feel
have time
that.
to think about this.
Hairspray? I don't know. Those are terrible answers.
No, that's good.
Okay.
It's okay.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
Assuming ill intent.
Oh.
People who assume ill intent.
Mm-hmm.
I think let's always assume that people aren't thinking the worst.
Yeah.
Or
Nope.
That's really good.
You know what I mean?
That's a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. What is one word your friends would use to describe you?
outgoing, I think.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
I think so.
So if you could choose to do anything for one day, anything, work, fun, pleasure, whatever,
Oh my
what would you
gosh.
do? Anything in the whole world, what would you do?
Go to a Broadway show.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
fun.
it's like my favorite thing.
What Broadway
It
show?
makes me very happy.
What's your favorite? Sorry, that's not on the
I
list.
went to Hamilton, and it was literally unreal. And so I would go to that again. Or if I had to go to a new one, I think I would want to do Lion King.
Oh,
Because
yeah,
I haven't been to
really
Lion
good.
King.
That would be a
yeah,
good one.
Yeah. I've been to a couple twice, so that would be a good new one to go to.
Yeah. Cool. What is a hidden talent that no one knows about you?
Well, because I'm an extrovert, I would venture to say that no one knows this about me, but I went to Augustana on a music scholarship, so I am a professionally trained singer.
So that's why you're good at karaoke.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't
Wow.
I don't really sing at anything anymore. I sang at my brother-in-law's wedding. I think that was the last time I performed for anything, but
Wow, that's great.
That's awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
Did not know.
If you could, or if you had to eat one thing for every meal going forward for the rest of your life, what would it be?
Pasta.
Good answer.
Yeah.
All the carbs. I'm Norwegian.
What movie or TV show title would best describe your life?
Oh my gosh.
Just the title.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Oh, okay. Like,
Um,
don't even know my own questions.
I don't know.
Can't really say like fixer upper, you know,
Yeah.
because you don't
yeah,
really
and
fix
it's
her
not
up.
like technically a
No.
movie. I mean, that would be what I would
Or it could be a TV show.
aspire to.
Yeah. Or TV show.
I have no idea. Maybe Fixer Upper.
Okay.
I'll go with that. If I were Joanna Gaines, that would be great. Wouldn't that be neat?
If you could live, last one, if you could live anywhere in the world, where would you live?
I think right here. Truly. Like, I love to travel, and I will always have like a wandering spirit, and I love to explore new places, but I truly see this as home, and I love living here. I just love it.
We do too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great
Do you like
community.
it here? You've
I
lived in the
do.
state for now a little over a
A
year.
Yeah. Over a year.
And where are you from originally?
Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
How do you feel about winter?
Well, winter in Ohio is not fun either.
Isn't
we just
it?
have like natural wind barriers and we build our buildings
Oh.
up. So
Ooh,
we
that's
have
good.
some breaks.
Yeah.
But
No, we
Yeah.
don't. We
Yeah,
have
no.
prairies.
yeah. No.
That's
It's
it.
pretty flat.
Yeah.
No, I like
All
it,
the
though.
wind.
It's been good. I enjoy
That's
it.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm
love
glad
Sioux
you're here.
Falls.
Me too.
I'm so glad that you went on this with us
Yes.
Thanks for having me. When
Oh.
I ran into you, where were we? Downtown
at
somewhere?
the Hilton.
Yeah, and you were like,
I'm like,
"We
I
should
need to have you on.
And I was like, oh, what? Me? Yes, always. I would love that.
You
So
offer
thank
so
you so
much to the
for having me.
community, and
That is so sweet of you
you
to
are
say.
truly an influencer. Do not say you're not,
in the
because you are.
positive sense.
In the
Yes,
positive
I
sense.
appreciate that.
Yeah, you're not a groveling, money hungry.
No, I just want to share all of my clothing knowledge with all of the people.
Because of you, I shop at Loft way too much and Nordstrom's.
I have no
when you do
regrets.
your, like,
And who
and
told you to buy that
Target.
blazer?
Yeah, I know. Way too many things.
Like I said, I have no regrets, and I will only share the things that I actually like. Someone did ask me, they're like, "Why don't you share anything you don't like?" I'm like, "Because I don't have time for that." I'm only
funny though.
right.
That's funny.
Yeah, I only want to share the things that
Yeah.
I love, because otherwise, it's like,
Waste of time.
Yeah, I'm
Don't
not
need
gonna-
that in my life.
yeah, I have only time for the good things that I like.
Well, thank you. Yeah, that's
Of
good
course.
because it's the good work. Good things, good
That's
work.
right. This
Yes.
is the Lord's work.
Clothing. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of The Good Work. A special thank you to Maren for joining us and sharing more about Midwest in Style. Don't forget to subscribe to The Good Work on YouTube and iTunes and follow the event company on social media to stay up to date on the good work we are a part of each day.